President Volodymyr Zelensky believes that if Russia succeeds in destroying Ukraine, this will be the start of World War III. Zelensky's direct speech to the question of how the war will end: victory. I have no doubts. Our victory. I understand that it is difficult. No one knows if it will be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, no one knows the day or month, but I believe in this victory. Either the victory of Ukraine, or the loss of the whole world. Because to give the opportunity to destroy Ukraine and the Ukrainian people, if Russia does this, this will be the beginning of a great world tragedy. I think this will be the beginning of the Third World War, because we know autocracies in world, who might think that this was possible. I think that for the world, this will be a very terrible sign. Details. At the same time, when asked whether Russian President Vladimir Putin would survive if Ukraine won, Zelensky replied, "I don't care." Commenting on statements by US President Joe Biden about a possible Armageddon if Russia uses nuclear weapons, the president said, "I agree that this is Armageddon, that this is a risk to the entire planet, but why should we think it will happen or not happen? If Russia has already taken a step, it has seized our nuclear power plant." According to him, Ukraine does not know if the Russians planted explosives at the ZNPP. Direct speech. It is dangerous when we are dealing with people who have set themselves some kind of goal, and we do not fully know the goal of the modern Russian military political power. Is it the destruction of Ukraine, the occupation of Ukraine? We do not know for sure. This could be the first step toward some other ambitious goal. It could be the idea of finally taking over Ukraine. I think this is the first step, and it is very dangerous. If the goals are exactly what we think, if the goal is to regain influence, which was at least in Soviet times, the return of Russia to such a table of geopolitical influence and the redistribution of borders, this is a big risk. They will go and use all possible steps. More details. At the same time, Zelensky called the risks of Russia's use of nuclear weapons not so clear, because the Russian government loves life. At the same time, he said, the risks of using nuclear weapons cannot be ruled out. He also believes that his statements about the possibility of using nuclear weapons may be a risky response from the Russian side. If I say, for example, that they are not capable of using nuclear weapons, then an inadequate person who has such power in his hands can, on the contrary, show everyone, how can I not? Look at how I can and use it. If I say what can be applied, it can cause panic consequences in many states, including Ukraine. I would not risk officially drawing such conclusions today, the president said.